Yeah, I mean, just start off, what an incredible game. It felt like, as a coach, you don't always feel the atmosphere. You don't know what's going on. But, to have two local teams in town playing as well as both of us are right now, to have a crowd, some high school teams out there, and just a great back and forth game. I think for us, obviously we dug ourselves a pretty big hole and just felt like we were chasing our tail really the entire game. I felt like we got it close a little bit. I thought the end of the first half was huge, the three that they hit, and then they come out and start the game or start the second half. It's like a quick 6-0 run around the half. And I just felt like we were chasing, but also felt if we kind of stayed close that we'd have a chance. The rebounding got us at certain points of the game. I thought starting off the game and then really starting off the second half, I thought we had some great possessions late in the game where we ended possessions with rebounds and maybe even some transition out of that. But they were good at what they did today, and just felt like we kind of had to stay close. And then for us to start making some shots at the end, to get some stops, make some shots. I thought that was a big win for us. Obviously, I'd say grasping at straws, but just felt like we were kind of changing up defenses back and forth just to see what would work. And, we were able to kind of get the man working there at the end. But just a great game, and you feel fortunate that you came out on top, but also very proud of our players for sticking through it.
What was your thought process in going to that zone after the first quarter? To slow the game down and perhaps get it more to your pace?
The fact that they were on pace to score over 90 points there for a while. I thought a lot of that was transition. For us, we've really, I think, taken care of the turnover problem, if you want to say, over the last few years, and then to start the game with 3, maybe 4 of our first 5 or 6 possessions turnovers, that just a little deflating. And I think a lot of those turnovers turned into transition for them. I just didn't feel like we really paid attention as well as we could have to personnel and tendencies, and they just got what they wanted. So at that point it was just a little bit of pace, a little bit of just trying to get them out of their rhythm, changing up which zone we were in, going back to the man at different. I thought strategic times. It worked, but I felt like we'd get it close, and then all of a sudden they'd hit 2 or 3 threes or a 3 or 2, and I just felt in that fourth quarter that when we got it back to 4, we couldn't withstand another wide open 3 that went in. So we were fortunate. Sarah's a heck of a player. I know she didn't make shots today, but they had other players step up, and we were fortunate enough, like I said, to come back out on the high end.
Could you speak to Grace's impact both as a scorer and ball distributor?
I think a lot of the taking care of the basketball was great with her. It wasn't a point guard issue with our turnovers today. It was seemingly other spots. I thought she was very steady. Maybe we called a little bit less, or at least made it a little more basic with what we were doing offensively, and then just allowed her to make plays. Hey, how are they playing the ball screens? All right, let's try to do this. So I think she got the ball to the right spots. And then obviously, I'm sure as a career high 5 threes, and that's something she's been working on. She and Coach Radice have been in the gym a lot, working on it. Grace has been in the gym a lot. It's like we keep telling her, people aren't giving you these shots because they think that you can't shoot it. They're giving you these shots because you do something very, very great, right? You're exceptional at something. They're trying to take that away. If they're leaving you open, you got to shoot the ball. And she's been a good shooter for us in stretches over the years, and obviously a big one here today.
Grace, how did that game turn around after VCU took that early lead?
It was a hard team fought effort, to be honest. We got down early coming in at halftime. We kind of fought our way back, but we still knew we still had to come back for it. We all knew it started with defense when it came down to it. We needed stops. Who was it? Torgut, she started hitting threes, and she got hot. But the big thing was, especially with the last 5 minutes, to get stops. And I think we kind of built in on that idea when we got stops, and we took it back and got the lead.
Can you speak to the change in that game as a result of Richmond going to a zone?
For sure. I think when we're able to go to the zone, we're able to communicate a lot better, talk about the shooters, locate them, with also being able to control what's going on inside the paint. So I think that was a great call by Coach in order to move us around, and I think we were doing really well and guarding it really well and rebounding out of it.
Spiders finished with only 11 turnovers, which is unbelievable the way the game started. What changed that allowed Richmond to hold on to the ball in a better way?
I mean, of course, coming to this game, second game in conference, it's a big game. It's a big rivalry. They're right up the street. So I think the biggest thing was, we started off really fast. We were a little nervous, a little antsy, but we were able to calm down. No, we're good. We're at home, and then we just bought into that. And when we were fine with everything else, we played our game, and then we ended up winning, which is good.
Tell us about the three with two
Oh my.
to go.
Oh my. I don't know. I wish I had. I don't know. It was open, so I shot it. I don't know. It was open.
Two close game wins in a row.
Yes.
What does this do for the team? You're 2-0 in the A10. Good start.
I think for sure we played two really tough teams, two really good defensive teams when we're coming in a conference play. I think it shows when we play together, we're able to do it. Rebounding is a huge part of it. The defense is a very big part of that. But two close games to show anybody can win in this conference. It's very competitive, so two very good wins to start us off right.